Hello students, today we are going to do chapter number 3 of class 3 EVS. The name of the chapter is Leaves Around Us. In this chapter, we will discuss about leaf, parts of a leaf, different kinds of leaves, uses of leaves, shading of leaves and compost. Students, I will read the chapter paragraph wise, then I will explain it to you side by side. Okay, now let us begin our chapter. Leaves are one of the most important parts of a plant. They produce food and so they are known as food factories. The leaves of different plants vary widely in size, shape and color. A leaf is a flat structure growing from the stem or branch of a plant. Its main function is to make food for the plant by a process known as photosynthesis. So according to the paragraph, students, leaf is a flat structure growing from the stem or the branch of a plant. Okay, so leaves are one of the most important parts of a plant. So as you have seen students, most of the leaves are thin, flat and green in color. Okay, they produce food for the plant. That's why they are known as food factories of the plant. Okay, so leaves make food for the plant by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, now let us know more about photosynthesis. That means what is photosynthesis? So students, photosynthesis is the process in which plants make their own food with the help of sunlight, water and carbon dioxide is called photosynthesis. It is derived from the Greek word. Okay, so photo meaning light and synthesis meaning putting together. The most essential factor, that is important factor, is needed for the plant to make or to prepare food is sunlight, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, without these three things, plants cannot make their own food. Okay, so plants take up nutrients from the soil through their roots and stems carry off to the leaves, which ultimately prepares food. Okay, now move on to next, that is parts of a leaf. The broad part of a leaf is called a leaf blade. The main vein and side veins carry food and water in a leaf. They also support the blade. The leaves have stomata on their underside. Stomata are small pores that helps the plants to breathe. These stomata take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. The leaf stalk or petiole is the part that attaches the leaf to the stem. So students, leaf has tiny pores called stomata, which is present on the side of the leaves. Okay, so through these pores, carbon dioxide enters in it. That means it helps the plants to breathe. Okay, so the stomata take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Okay, so students, we all have seen leaves, right? So the leaves also have many parts. So they are main vein, leaf blade, side veins and leaf stalk or petiole. Okay, so you can see it in this picture, the parts of the leaf is given. Okay, the first is main vein. Okay, the long thick line which is in the middle of a leaf is called main vein. Okay, it carries food and water in a leaf and it also supports the blade. Okay, so another one is leaf blade. The broad part of a leaf is called a leaf blade. Okay, and the third one is side veins. So side vein is attaches to the main vein. It also carries food and water in a leaf and it supports the blade. Okay, and the last one is leaf stalk or petiole. So it is a part of a leaf which is attaches to the stem. Okay, this all about the parts of a leaf. Now move on to next, that is different kinds of leaves. Leaves of different plants differ in color, shape, size, smell and touch. Now let's start with color. Most leaves are green due to the presence of a pigment called chlorophyll, which helps plants to make food using water, air, and sunlight. The leaves of some plants like croton, caladium, and coleus are red, orange, yellow, and purple in color. So, according to the paragraph, students, leaves contain a pigment called chlorophyll, okay, which makes the leaves green in color. As you have seen, students, most of the leaves are green in color, right? This all because of chlorophyll, okay. So chlorophyll helps the plants to make food using water, air, and sunlight, okay. As we know that all the leaves are not in green in color. So we get the leaves of some plants in various color like red, orange, green, yellow, and purple, etc. Okay. Here you can see the pictures of different colors of leaves. So first is caladium leaves, okay, and the second one is coleus leaf, and third one is croton leaf. Okay. Now move on to next paragraph, that is size and shape. Some leaves are big like papaya and lotus leaves, and some are small like neem and tamarind leaves. Banana leaves are broad and long. Lotus and water lily leaves are big and round. Peepal leaves are heart-shaped, and the leaves of the guava tree are oval. There are some leaves which are hand-shaped, some are spear-shaped, and some are needle-shaped. So students, leaves can be of various shapes and sizes, okay. Like papaya and lotus have big leaves, while neem and tamarind have small leaves. So the leaves of lotus and water lily are big and round in shape, okay, while peepal leaves are in heart shape, right. Some leaves can be oval also, spear shaped, and needle shaped as well. Okay, so now move on to next, that is special leaves. In desert plants like cactus, leaves are reduced to spines to conserve water. The green stem, which contains chlorophyll, prepares food. The aloe vera plant also stores water in its leaves, hence they are thick. So in cactus plant, which is common in desert area, the leaves of cactus plants get converted into spine, so to conserve water. So aloe vera plant also store water in its leaves, that's why they are thick, okay. Now move on to next, that is smell and texture. Some leaves such as coriander, mint, curry leaves, and tulsi have a distinct smell. This helps us to identify them. When we touch leaves, they feel different for different plants. Some leaves are thin and soft, some are rough, and some are thick and smooth. The leaves of basil and neem are soft. Those of sunflower and rose plant have a rough texture, and those of the rubber plant are leathery. So students, some leaves are edible like coriander, mint, curry leaves, and tulsi have a different smells. By the smells only we can easily identify them, okay. So the leaves of basil and neem are soft in texture, while the rose and the sunflower plant have a rough texture, and the rubber plant have leathery texture. Now move on to next, that is the types of leaves. Leaves can be simple or compound. A simple leaf has a single leaf blade. A compound leaf has several leaflets. So students, leaves are of two types. So they are simple leaf and compound leaf. Okay. So simple leaf has a single leaf blade, whereas compound leaf has several leaflets. Okay. Now move on to next, that is uses of leaves. Apart from making food for the plants, leaves have many other uses. The first is the oxygen that we breathe in is released by the leaves during the process of photosynthesis. We eat leaves such as spinach, cabbage, fenugreek, that is methi, and betel. We use leaves of some herbs such as thyme, coriander and mint for the flavor and fragrance. Leaves like bay leaf and dried fenugreek, that is kasuri methi, are used as spices. The leaves of plants such as neem and tulsi are used as medicines. The dried leaves of henna and indigo are used for dyeing hair and clothes. In East and South India, people sometimes serve food on banana leaves during festivals and special occasions. In some places, the leaves of certain plants like banyan, sal, pallas or tesu are used as disposal plates called pattal and dona. The leaves of palm, coconut and date palm are used to make roofs. The powdered leaves of henna are used for making design on palms and feet known as mehendi. In tea, we use dried leaves of the tea plant. Leaves of the asoka tree and mango tree are used for decoration. Leaf design are used in block printing on cloth and paper. They are also used on potteries and wall of houses. So students, leaves not only make food for the plant but also have many uses. So first is the oxygen that we breathe in is released by the leaves. The second is we use leaves of some herbs for flavors and fragrance like thyme, coriander, mint, etc. Some leaves used as spices like bay leaf and which is also called tezpatta and dried fenugreek which is also called kasuri methi. So in some part of India, students like East and South India, people used to serve food on banana leaves during festivals and special occasions, right? So you all are familiar with mehendi which is applied by women in their hand and feet. So some leaves is also used for decoration. Okay. So now move on to next, that is shedding of leaves. Once a year, many plants shed their leaves. These leaves are dry and lose their chlorophyll. Thus, there is a change in color and texture. Some shed leaves throughout the year. Some shed all their leaves once a year. Some leaves fall when the plants do not get enough water, as it helps the plants to conserve water. Every autumn, as the day gets shorter, trees across the world produce spectacular display of colors of leaves. Examples are chinnar, maple and aspen. So according to the paragraph, students, shedding of leaves means falling of leaves. So do you know, students, why shedding of leaves has happened? It is all because when the plants did not get the enough water or the right amount of water, so it helps the plants to conserve water. So some plants shed their leaves throughout the year, while some shed their leaves once a year. So students, in the world there are many places where some trees produce amazing display of colors of leaves in autumn season. Okay, for example, chinnar, maple, aspen, etc. Now move on to next, that is compost. Fallen leaves are used to make compost, which is used as fertilizer and restore the lost nutrients of soil. The leaves are collected in a pit and allowed to rot by mixing them with soil and water. So students, compost is a decayed organic material which is used as a fertilizer for growing plants. Okay, so dry falling leaves are used to make compost. So it restores the lost nutrients of a soil. Okay, so to make compost, we collect dry fallen leaves in a pit and allow to rot by mixing them with soil and water. So this process is called composting. Okay, now next, make a compost. Here you can see how to make a compost. Okay, So to make a compost, students, first dig the pit in the corner of the ground, okay, and add some dry leaves and dry plants in it, okay. Then make next layer of green grass, fruit scraps and vegetable scraps, okay. After that, what you have to do is add all the materials till the pit is full, okay. Then sprinkle some water over the pile, and after that stir all the layers well with the help of a shovel, okay, and cover the pile with soil. Turn the material once in a week. After a month, you will see the material turn into a dark brownish substances, that is compost. Then it can be fed to the garden, okay. Now we have come to an end of this chapter. Now let's go through the exercise portion of this chapter. Here are some exercises which I have solved. Likewise, you have to do in your textbook, but use pencils while you are writing in your book, okay. Now move on to question and answers. Here all the questions you have to solve by yourself and you have to write it in your practice copy, okay. Thank you.